Hey, Collective, it's your girl, the Grieving Empress, back at it again. I've decided to show my beautiful hearing face today. And whatever. And I keep hearing that song. Here I am. I don't know who sings that. But a superwoman is a superman. Here I am. So somebody said, there I am. Here I go. All right, Empress, at the bottom of the deck. Cards fell. Okay. So let's see what's up. I got my zone. I did not say my prayers, so let's say it. Thank you, God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, calling. Thank you, angels and archangels, for my gifts. I rebuke all negative energy and return to sender. Any negative energy will be transformed into peace, protection, and abundance. Amen, amen. There you go. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Ghetto. So let's start it off, collectors. Here we go with the trash ventivity at the thrift store. Motherfuckers is on a 99 cent or less activity. So we got King of Swords in reverse. Here we go with the trash bin. Misuse of authority, manipulation, mistrust. This is someone who misfired. I heard. That's what I said. Fumbled the fuck out you. Fumbling Fando. Here we go, fumbling Fando. And fumbling Fantasia. Yeah, someone was in King of Swords energy towards a star, or someone that sees you as a star, but they also abandoned you in some shape, way, or form. Yeah, because you're in Queen of Swords energy. Sword is up, you're not fucking with this person, or they ghosted you and you just was like, alright, peace. Either ways about it, this is someone who was either very possessive, or they might be possessive over you now. Possessive over someone you no longer have access to is not crazy. Okay. Anyway, but apparently they fumbled the fuck out you, collective, because we got the hangman immediately after that. However, this person is coming back. And alleged Nine of Cups line. Nine of Cups is we'll probably get to that. Alleged Knight of Cups energy. They're gonna be charming. Trust your intuition. Because motherfuckers be love bombing the fuck out motherfuckers. And people be like, oh my god, they love me. No, they don't. They love the idea of you. And there's most likely a bigger blessing on the other side of this person. Somebody need to hear that. Yeah. The Knight of Cups to the Five of Cups shows me that if you let this person come back into your life, you will be right back in this Five of Cups loss, grief, bereavement energy. For some of you. For some of you, this person wants to come in Knight of Cups energy because they are now in Five of Cups energy because they don't longer have access to you. That is also for some of you. So, that discernment is a motherfucker. Trust me when I tell you. Oh shit, I fucked up. Okay, no. These were all upright, I believe. So, Queen of Wands to the High Priestess to the Ace of Swords. You cannot be fooled. You cannot be played with. You cannot be manipulated. So, you're going to see exactly what this person is really bringing in. Whether they're really in, whether they're back in Orange Cat energy. Because I really didn't even mean to say that, but it came out anyway. So, someone's definitely going to be in Orange Cat energy. If you don't know what Orange Cat energy is, see, I guess, 2 previous videos from now. My last video. A couple of videos from before. I explain it. I don't really want to deal with that today. But yeah, you are going to be very much watching this person if you even let this person come back. Yeah, you are in King of Pentacles energy, so you look real stable. Somebody need to hear that. I also hear homosexual, so be careful. Yeah, you have financial stability and emotional stability. And this person can energetically feel that. Right now, they are very much in contemplation. And I don't like that word contemplation because it gives sneaky orange cat energy, okay? Someone is plotting, strategizing, trying to figure out the best way to come in or the best way to, and there's an opening. They're looking for an opening, some type of vulnerability. King of Wands gives me, I always think about my toxic ex, the King of Wands. King of Wands always give me, using that wand. the one down there and not the one they should be using. And so that's also giving me, they don't know how to come in and maybe seduce you, man or woman, because women can definitely be King of Wands too. Okay. Yeah, the Hermit to Temperance is given plotting and scheming. I'm saying why. The Hermit is corruption. Okay, and Temperance is management and patience. It's giving Michael Myers. Someone is really studying, maybe watching and plotting. I just keep hearing plotting. Now, plotting isn't always bad. You know, plotting could always be a good thing. Someone could be plotting a surprise, the best way to surprise you. It could be that too. But I'm getting sneaky alley cat, orange cat energy. I don't like it. Um. Mm, mm, hmm. For some of you, there are multiple people coming towards you. All right, I hear that. Y'all hot. Y'all hot commodity is what I heard. Because I have two of wands, and for some reason it's giving two energies when I first seen this. I feel like there are two people on their way to you. Someone is in orange cat energy, and someone is in emperor energy, or empress. Fellas, for yourselves where you go. But there are two people coming towards you. Somebody playing in your face, and somebody coming to. I heard recognition. I heard poster face. It's weird. It's someone who wants to show you off. That's what it's. That's what that's giving. Two of Wands got moving forward, so they're definitely giving two energies. Two people coming towards you. With the Six of Wands, somebody famous, somebody wealthy, somebody known, maybe popular or maybe just important. I got somebody coming towards you with some clout in a good way. Like fellas, that's like Oprah coming to check for you. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce, somebody like that. Jay-Z. Somebody like that. You know, Musk is probably talking about you. It's like, what are they saying? Like that. It's like someone that you least expect. But that's, I feel like somebody famous for some reason. I hate when I do that. The whole deck is nothing that way. Yeah. You guys are gonna have to choose between two energies. The Eight of Swords is giving a difficult decision. Somebody's gonna have to make. Either someone could also be leaving someone else to come towards you too. With this Eight of Swords. What did I just say? Three of Swords came out. Definitely third party. Here we go with the house party with the kid in place. Like, come on. And then I got Nine of Wands, persistence and courage. So I heard somebody finally got the balls. And I got Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely somebody you want to come back. So I see celebration here. And I also got the Fool, new beginnings. Okay, wait. I got the Fool to Justice to Death. So there's something ending so you and someone can begin. And it's also justice, which is giving maybe a divorce. Maybe somebody's divorcing someone or breaking up a long-term union of some sort. And coming in with justice for you. Justice for you is so specific. Maybe this is someone who didn't stand up for you before. This is also could be like a friendship or a business relationship as well. I think I said that in another reading. Like it's giving like a coworker maybe didn't stand up for you, or maybe you got fired, or maybe there was some type of smear campaign against you and someone participated that was close to you. Someone who definitely in some way did you foul, and now they're trying to bring balance to that by making it up to you, and also coming in to say they either still love you or still care about you, still want to be a friend, still want to be a lover, depending on the relationship. Your boss might ask you to come back to work for them again too. That's for somebody. Somebody's ex-boss who played them in their face definitely might be calling with an apology and a job offer. Let's see what the angels got to say since I waited 2 weeks for this deck. Timu still can count your days. Even though it came a month and 2 calendar days. Okay. Every time a card gets stuck, I feel like that should be the first energy out. So, be willing to forgive. You are about to get an apology that you probably thought was never coming from a person you thought was never sorry. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. And they might be coming in with some type of peace offering to top it all off. Oh, also, and I find this also so funny. I actually started a God box, so that is for someone. You guys should start one because I honestly saw instantaneous results when I did so. So, in case you didn't know, let's read. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container of your choosing. You can make one or make one out of one. I made one out of a delivery box that I got. And I did a bunch of stuff to it. I'll tell you guys later. But and call it a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So it's here, give it to God box. That's what I call mine. And like I said, I put a bunch of stuff in there, and I saw some instantaneous results. I really did. Okay. Also, I did a reading, I'm not sure when ago, about someone coming in from far away. And you know, guys, I'm part of the collective. That someone coming in from far away definitely panned out to be someone coming to see me from very far away. That I wasn't expecting would be someone I was looking forward to seeing. So I took what resonated and left what didn't, and I realized that when I do my readings, you know, I'm part of the collective too. So some of the things I have spoken of have come to fruition for me. So if anything I've said resonates with you or comes into fruition later on, please let me know, guys. Like, let me know in the comments. Write me. I definitely reply. I'm definitely not that popular yet. And let me know if any of my readings resonate with you or eventually end up resonating. I would love to hear it. Okay. Okay. See what else the angels got to say. Clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. So the universe wants you to release the old so you can make room for the new. Because there's a lot of new coming, I feel like, for you guys. I feel a lot of new coming. She was a fairy. Yup. Some of you are connected to fairies. Okay, this is what I find funny about when I do readings and they apply to me. I don't have the best relationship with my parents. Just for the lack of details, we're just gonna leave it there. And so I don't really get too much of my dad in readings, but I get a lot of my mom because we have the most tension, strife, and conflict. I wasn't expecting this reading to go this way, but the parent card flew right over be willing to forgive. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. So someone needs to hear that. I most likely probably needed to hear that. This is actually the second thing I've heard about my dad today. I actually, I'm not as at strife with my dad as much as I am with my mom, but there's issues on that side too. You know, it's a little maybe easier for me to maybe want to reconcile and forgive with him than with my mom. My mom's gonna be a way longer, more painful process. But my dad, I mean, come on, he's a man. You know how men are. Men are just, y'all don't like the drama. Y'all don't like the extra. Y'all don't like too much of the emotions, which be the problem, but you know, it works out for shit like this. But what I don't like that not only my parents do, but just people in general, the lack of accountability, the one to hurry up and get past the hard part, I can't respect that. Because the hard part for me was the reactions and the traumas and what sits with me after the clown shit. You know what I mean? You know, people don't think about That's why I don't play people who come into my life to make things hard for me when I'm already going through hard things. I'm literally grieving a man that I love, that I had a baby with, and you coming in my face with lack of accountability for some shit you did. I don't like that. So, maybe I should maybe check on my dad. I don't know. To me, my family are a bunch of foxes, like really cunning, conniving, and like they look like a safe animal, even though foxes are like a little menacing. But they're not a dangerous really animal. And it's like you think foxes are like, oh, so beautiful to look at, and they make nice coats and all that other stupid shit. But not realizing these motherfuckers bite and scratch and got diseases, and that's what my family always gives to me, like sly foxes. They're not just straight up wolves, and they don't have the ability to be sheep's in wolf clothing because the sheep in them doesn't really, they can't build off what they've ever been. Anyway, you are profoundly clairvoyant. So the trust what you see in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight. For spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. I'm not gonna hold you guys. This is why I have so much beef with my mom. After the last encounter me and her had, I had a dream where I physically, literally could see her like plotting on me. Like she had like a notebook or something like in her hand, and it's like she was like, "These are all the things I'm gonna say about her." And it was like literally such a clear fucking dream of her trying to like slander me. And for me to have that dream like immediately after our last altercation, it was like that was like spirit sign like she was just a snake. Like my mother's a snake anyway, and that's clear to me now. But to see it in the 5D was like I knew it. Anyway, so trust that, trust that, trust that, because many years ago, many years ago, and my son is almost 9, so this is before I had my son. I had a dream that woman was chasing me with a knife, and I remember that was my baby father at the time. I was crying hysterical. And I was like, she was hurting me. And he was like, who? And I was like, Mom. And he was like, she would never do that. It was just a dream. Not too long after that, that mask started falling off. Mm-hmm. And so for anybody who may feel like, oh, I'm being silly because I dreamed something, and they may not want to confront an issue because it might seem silly to maybe not even you, to others, that you can see things in your dreams, don't let nobody try to play off that like it's not a valid reason to have discernment with the motherfucker. Because most of the time, your dreams are messages, especially when you can remember them. Somebody need to hear that. When you can remember a dream, they're usually messages. Especially if you're a person that doesn't dream often, and you suddenly have a dream that's like so clear to you. That was something Spirit wanted you to see. Okay, so don't ever let nobody try to discredit how you move with them or what you may think about them or the movements they may have made from a dream. I have gotten a lot of enlightenment on what motherfuckers was doing behind my back in my sleep. Anyway, don't ever doubt that shit. And don't ever let nobody make you doubt that shit. Because when there's smoke, there's fire. Power Animal came out over Be Willing to Forgive. So you might be in the, well, I was supposed to say in the business, but I guess you might be in the decision of getting a new pet if you don't already have a pet. Maybe there's a very strange way or story of how you got your current pet, and you may not have thought about it as anything really. Think about that now. A friend of mine has a cat, and she told me that she felt like the cat was her Passover father, because the cat was just outside her mom's house when she was moving out, and it was just there, and then it was reacted to her, and she took the cat. And her cat is literally like a person, guys, I swear. So shout out to Meatball. That's me. I love the fact that he's a black cat as well. Black cats are so unloved. And my baby father used to say all the time, it's white cats you should be scared of. He used to say that shit all the time. Cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. So you might have toxic parents like myself, unresolved conflicts and issues with them. And this is something else too. Avoidance and people who like to dodge conflict and dodge accountability and dodge consequences. If you're tough enough to do shit, you know what I mean? If you're tough enough to cheat on motherfuckers, you should be tough enough to get caught. You know what I mean? If you tough enough to lie on motherfuckers and slander people's name who didn't do nothing, you should be tough enough to handle it when you get exposed for the liar that you are. You should be tough enough to leave people's places and things that no longer serve you. Because deep in your heart, I don't give a fuck what you got going on in the 3D. Up here and in here, it's always going to show its face. Motherfuckers can wear masks for decades. But if you're really connected to spirit, you're going to see it. It's up to you to either recognize it or ignore it and continue to live that karmic cycle that you're living in. I had to realize that about my own life. Because, yeah, life was hard in the shelter. Life was hard losing family. Life was hard losing friends. Life was hard seeing people really for who they really are, and who they are is not what you thought they were. You spend so much of your life putting people on high-ass pedestals when they belong beneath you. And it's not you thinking you're better than them. It's how spiritually inclined you are and how low vibrational and demonically attached they be. And yes, it'd be your own. It'd be your own mother. It'd be your own day ones. It'd be your own bestie. It'd be your own a neighbor. It'd be your own church going. And that's another thing. Motherfuckers be running to church and be the biggest demons for real. So I'm not going to hold you. I find it very interesting that someone like my mother is such an avid churchgoer. But she wicked inside. My father ain't so wicked, but his spirit ain't clean either. And I find it so funny that all of a sudden he's a pastor now. But neither one of you do right by your kids. So you're never going to have God's favor just for that alone. And neither one of you hold enough mental maturity or emotional growth to accept that. So you act like everything else is everything else's problem instead of the real problem. That's just one of the problems. Because y'all got so much karmic debt that y'all built up in this lifetime, and Lord knows how many other ones. You got that shit going for you too, but you're not even spiritually aware enough to even deal with that. And I have to realize that if you're not even real with yourself, because you live a life of settlement and lies and facades and illusions, how could you ever be real with your own child? So yeah, cut them cords. Oh, and like I said many times, it is perfectly okay to tell anybody, no matter your relationship with them, no matter their title, because that authority, the fuck is this? What are we talking about here? It's perfectly okay to tell people to kiss your ass. Yes, including your parents. Yes, especially when you have parents that need to hear, kiss my ass. Not every parent is worthy of parent respect. I don't know whose parent or child needs to hear that. Just because you gave birth to a motherfucker doesn't mean automatically get respect. Especially from a child that's no longer a child. Because I mean, I want every parent to ask themselves, where were you during your child's dark night of the soul? Where was your support, love, and honor as a parent where it should have showed up at? The child was in surgery and hospitals. You weren't there. But let it had been your spouse. Or even your pet that you seem to love more than your own child. And so when said child puts on their big boy or big girl drawers and says this to your face, you fail them yet again with the lack of accountability, mental growth, and spiritual unawareness. But you walk around in God's light, so you say. Shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding yourself. I have been doing this since I was a kid. Didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew I always wanted to be protected from things I couldn't see. Not knowing that I was spiritually connected then. The people who tried to dim my light knew it though. So when I was about 19 or so, I had gotten a little coin. And I took that coin and did a whole bunch of irresponsible shit with it. One of the most irresponsible things I did with that money was get a tattoo. And I was just like that impulsive person that just did things impulsively. Like, even when I got my son's father tattooed on me, I was supposed to be getting my nails done. And ended up at the tattoo shop getting his name. And so this particular day, I goes into a random tattoo shop. Can't even tell you where it was. Somewhere in the Bronx. And I got this goddess tattoo tatted on me. Now, first and foremost, I love the color red. It's my favorite color. And at the time, I'm not sure if people remember, a lot of girls were getting star tattoos, like on their ears. And like these little subtle pieces. It was like a trend at the time. So I just was like, ooh. I always thought so highly of myself. Like, to be someone who had low self-esteem and people trying to project their low self-esteem on me most of my life, I really always had like a high spiritual sense of myself. And it makes sense to me now that I'm into my gifts and into my spirituality now. It makes sense why I've always felt high in spirit, but never in the physical. So I always was just like, well, that's perfect. And I'm going to put it right here. So no matter if it's a season or shirt I'm wearing, you'll be able to see exactly what I think of myself. I remember I had a very low vibrational friend who at one time said to me, like, what was the point of you getting that? And it's like, if I don't think I'm a goddess, how the fuck am I supposed to ever think anyone else should think that? She was a raggedy bitch too. Express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Someone is also stealing from you. I'm sorry, that came out of nowhere, but this particular friend I had, at the time she was a kleptomaniac. And I think a sociopath too. And she used to steal like the weirdest shit. Like, I mean, not even anything of value. It was just like she was a kleptomaniac. Like, sis would steal literally anything. It was such weird energy to experience, especially as a teenager. Like, is you cool? She was not cool. I don't know what she's doing now. Yeah, thriving your divine feminine energy. If you're young and you're watching me, and I mean like under 18. Sometimes the light in you attracts the darkness. That note doesn't only apply to your love relationships. It applies to relationships you already have too. Some people are sent here on assignment. And once you realize that dealing with people is energies and demonic attachments and not the person, you won't be able to let people dim your light, project onto you. Sometimes you have to hear what people don't say and read in between the lines. My baby father was somebody who really knew how I operated up here. It's chaotic up here. It makes sense to me now why. But I didn't always understand why. It was always so much chaos in my head. And he always knew how to maneuver in the chaos. It's one of the things I loved about him. And so finding you someone who can maneuver through your chaos. Not enable it, not hinder it, but maneuver through it without your help. That's your person. I don't know where that came from. I never had to instruct my baby father on how to deal with me. Even when we separated, it was like we had to establish boundaries and things like that, but I never had to be instructive. He knew. He knew how to handle the chaos up here. So someone needed to hear that. You're connected to fairies. You have a strong bond with fairies, and your love life involves helping with nature. He was just talking about love life, so could go out to the park. Somebody would hear that. Third eye chakra. See, pay attention to what people don't say. Okay, body language, nonverbal cues. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Trust that image of something that comes out of nowhere. Even if you feel like it's weird, like, why am I thinking about that? Sometimes those are visions, those are downloads. I used to sometimes see things in my head and think, oh, I'm just so creative. I'm just making these things up in my head, not realizing they were visions. Like I would see things I've never seen and thinking I'm just creating them, and it's like, no, I'm prophesizing. I'm here way longer than it should be. So yeah. I got 30 minutes in now. I gotta get out of here. Past life issue. Your angels want you to know you are doing a great job. You're paying off a lot of their karmic debt as well as your own. The situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. And you know what's crazy? When I did this reading with these cards, when I first got them, like I said, I'm part of the collective. Maybe like 20 minutes before I got on here, I thought about something from my past that didn't make sense to me then, but I understand now. Because I may be a divine one now, but I had my karmic time as well. Which makes me divine now is that I've taken accountability for my karmic time, realized I was a karmic, and did something about it. A lot of people choose to either ignore it or just sit in it. And that's why they have the lives that they have. And that's why a lot of you guys might come across these people because you are food. Think of your energy as food. And you have some people, everyone has I learned this in a training I did recently. You know, everyone has a role, and sometimes destruction, as chaotic as it may be, it is necessary for some things. If I had never gone through the orange cat activity with my ex, the bozo activity with my family, the sneaky snake in the grass activity with ex-friends and stuff like that, I would have never learned anything. I'd still been friends with them raggedy bitches. I'd have still been fucking them raggedy ass niggas. I'd have still been loving them piece of shit ass family members and putting people on pedestals they didn't belong on and moving in low vibrational dimmed energy, not even tapping into my gifts because I'm around people who don't even believe this shit. Who are maybe even still to this day sitting around, gathering around like the fans that they are of mine and watching my videos now trying to look for false prophecy or me faking it. No, it is what it is. And you know me. If you do, this is me. So don't be mad yet again that you're not like me yet again. No matter how hard you may try to copy me, because let's not forget, you using my language, you bobbing somebody bob, you still on my dick. Don't forget that. That's why you're here. Those are for the ones that act like they don't love me and they do. They front row seat fans. Because I know you're here. I posted the link to my page on my personal page, which took me a while to do. But I did. Because I knew the hating Harriets and low vibrational Lindas were going to be on there. But I felt like I was hiding a part of myself. It felt fake. And that's something I've never been. Not on purpose. You know if that makes any sense. But I connect a lot with my past over loved ones. My baby father's a very prominent force. He was alive, so I'm not surprised that he is over there. He sent me a nice message yesterday. You have a natural ability to connect with the part of loved ones. And you know what's so funny is that I thought about this card while this phenomenon, I guess you could say, was happening, where I felt like I was communicating with him at this point in time the other day. I'm like, am I crazy? But no, it was such a specific moment. I'm like, that was really him. So yeah, someone need to hear that. Don't doubt yourself, and don't let nobody else doubt you. That's why I said if you're young and you're on here, there's gonna be a lot of lessons you're not gonna like to learn. And I had to learn a lot of these lessons in my 30s. My birthday's in 3 weeks, and I'm turning 36, and I'm learning stuff now that I felt like I should have known, and I should have learned, and I should have breathed life into 10 years ago when I was 26, before I had my son. A lot of things happen for a reason. Divine timing is a real thing. There's a lot of things that are happening now to me that I would have never appreciated if they didn't happen now. If they happened when I was still low vibrational and in karmic energy, I would never appreciate it. I would have lost it. I would never learn from it. You know? Even the toxic shit, like all the toxic shit I've been through, all the physical altercations I've been through, all the things that used to tear my soul apart that I went through. Like, my ex-boyfriend, for example, as much as I spent a lot of time hating him, as much as an orange cat as he was and maybe or maybe not still is, I have to actually energetically and actually right now physically thank him, if he's watching. He probably is. Thank him for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never learned nothing about love, what it really should be and not be, if it wasn't for him. You know what I'm saying? I would have never even tapped into my spiritual gifts if he hadn't broken me. I would never been able to rebuild like I have if I didn't get broken down. Not just by him, but a lot of other bullshit I went through. The angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. So if you have a platform of some kind like I do, use it peacefully. Don't use it with pettiness. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've said a few things about my mom, my ex and stuff, but it's from my truth, and I'm not coming from a malicious place. I'm just stating facts of things that happen, and I'm not even saying everything. They know that. Manifestation power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired income. No, I'm not making money off of this at the moment, but I have a lot of plans in place. I have a lot of ideas, and this is my only channel right now. But I was thinking of spending the other socials, and so maybe one day. So that applies for someone, like maybe someday I might be on a card, like intuitive Cav. So, all right, guys, I've been here for 36 minutes. I gotta go. Listen to your intuitive feelings. That's the last thing I'm gonna leave with, guys. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Okay, your body's receiving accurate messages from the divine, and I actually needed this card too. I want to thank actually a good friend of mine from high school who wrote me, who told me she checked out my page and that one of my videos applied to her, resonated, and she congratulated me on having true gifts. So thank you to her for that. High school is also significant for someone. I'm gonna get that, guys. Hold on. Okay, I had to go really far for that. So what flew all the way across my house, workshops and seminars, attending and giving speeches and is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. And also, if you write, I don't know where this is coming from, but write something. Write a story, write something. Somebody needs to write. I wish I could shout him out personally, but there's someone who started me on this journey really, and I don't even think they realized they did. But he started it off with encouraging me to write again because I've always been like kind of a writer, but I like abandoned this shit like years ago. And so I started journaling and shit, writing stories again because of him. So shout out to my cosmic Aries because that's what I'm talking about. If you don't know who that is, it's in my other videos all the time. And everybody has a name. Everyone's gonna have a name too. So bring it up. 3743 on my clock. Books. Your life's purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. What did I just say? Somebody get your pen and paper. And start writing. I also need to start writing. Again, there's a twin flame in your energy. If you're on a twin flame journey, God bless you. And it's not a fun journey to be on at all. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So put it in your God box. Somebody saw the God box. Okay? I started mine. Law of attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. But not for nothing, before I go. My toxic ex, we're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really nothing else to be seen there. So there's no need really for a return on his part because at that point, we're like, what are we, insane? My cosmic Aries, there was space for him to come back at one point. But I think I've kind of realized in my journey that he was just a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a destination. Because if he was, he would have chose me, and he didn't. He has his own journey to go on, and it obviously didn't include me. And so I've kind of like released that. There's space for him, I guess, energetically, but I've moved on from that situation as well. And so, what's for you will come to you, and what loves you, it doesn't come in confusion, chaos, or indecisiveness. When someone wants you, they choose you. And they don't give space for anyone else to choose you, and they don't give you space to find another place to choose you. You know what I'm saying? That applies for men and for women. What people want to, they do it. Also, what's the saying? If they wanted to, they would. And what someone won't do for you, someone else will. I guarantee that. Like, I absolutely guarantee that. There's not a lot in this life that I can guarantee anyone, but that I can guarantee you that there's better everything. There's better love, there's better living situations, There's better friends, better connections. There's a better version of you. I wish I could say there were better kids, but hey, you're stuck with the kid you got. But you know, if your kid is not in a place, there's a better place their kid can be. Like, if your kid's failing school, they can study and pass. That can be fixed. Somebody needs patience with something. And everything I've said here today, I feel like someone specifically watching me needed to hear those things. If you were thinking of doing tarot, do it. If you feel spiritually connected, do it. And don't look for validation. You think I asked anybody anything? I didn't ask nobody a fucking thing. I bought my cards, I set up my camera, and I did my thing. And you know, I said to myself before I started this page, I would know and feel if this was what I was supposed to be doing. Whether it was for money or not wasn't important. It was my purpose. And I actually saw a reading. Empress T44. She's one of probably the only reader I avidly watch. She was my first follower, which made me feel like super blessed on this tarot journey. And she made a video one day that said, if you are thinking of doing tarot reading, do it. Because you're not thinking it for no reason. That's the divine letting you know you should be. So if you were thinking, maybe I should get you 2-3 decks. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. And it's so funny how I got the money for it too. But I had gotten some extra money, and I said I can finally buy. I actually made cards, so someone should hear that too. Make your own cards if you can't afford cards, or if you're not in a place to buy the cards that you want. Yes, they are cheap on Temu, Capture Days, and not for nothing, they have the cheapest cards, like, you know, more variety for less price. I'll give them that. Amazon is faster but more expensive, and so if money is an issue, get you some index cards for $1.50 at the 99-cent store. Get you a marker, a pen, and pencil. Make your own cards. If you want to start like I did, I looked up major and minor arcana, what's in a basic deck, and I just made those cards. And I didn't even have index cards. I had painting paper, and I had scissors and cut them into cards. I don't know where that deck is now. As a matter of fact, it's in my drawer. But that was my first deck, and I practiced with it on my own. But I was still too scared to do it on camera. So I waited until I was able to get the decks that I got. And so even when I bought those decks, the funny shit is that I didn't even buy the decks correctly. Like, I basically bought different versions of regular tarot. I wanted cards like this that said messages, or the love oracle cards, which I still have not been able to get yet. But I wanted those too. The Kipper deck was like the main deck I wanted so bad. I haven't even used it. But yeah, so if you're thinking of doing tarot or any content, cooking, get ready with me's, TikTok, whatever you do. If you make candles, soaps, perfumes, some of you make oils, make it. Make it. Make the page. One day I just said, make the page. I got the cards. And even after I got the cards, I procrastinated. And I literally one day was sitting at the computer and I heard my baby father's voice like, take that deck and do it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I did it, and here we are. I got 30 subscribers, over 500 views. People actually like my readings, and actually someone asked me to do a reading for them in a very special way. So I can't wait to do that for them. Ear chakra is the last thing, because 4407, guys, come on, I'm here too long. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. So I hope that I help someone today, maybe figure out themselves. If you have a tarot page, let me know. I will follow you. Just hope for strength and support as well. And if I helped you in any way with anything, if I made anything clear, if anything resonates, if anything comes to fruition, let me know, guys. I definitely want to know. And everything. I will do personals. I think I'm in the place to do that now. So personal readings. I haven't come out with like a pricing yet, but if you would love a personal reading from me, you can email me at ashleyclark111 or a YouTube DM. Do they have YouTube DMs? Whatever. Anyways, email me, or you can email me at the email that's on here. Anyways, if you want a personal reading, get in contact with me, and we can set it up. And I'll let you guys know like my pricing. It's gonna be cheaper now, so get me now while I'm cheap. Okay, cheap and unknown. Get me now, because I will be raising prices. Okay. Bye.